everybody doing? Thank you for joining us. I am Sharon Guilty, and my phone is over here on. I got to cut that phone off. So I want to say welcome to our very first in-house, because it's in our house, the Go Gray Be Chic group. And before we bring our guests on, I want to just explain a little bit about me. I am Sharon Guilty. Let me fix this hat. It's like cocked to the side. There's something going on with it. But I am Sharon Guilty, and I'm a hairstylist. I've been one for last month, made 29 years. I can't believe it myself. I still feel 29 years of age. But however, fast forward to today, back in September 2019, I actually went gray. Everybody can see my hair. I just felt like putting my hat on today. And so everybody that knows me knows I'm a hairstylist and knows that I love hair, knows that I love people. And I started my YouTube channel out to talk to hairstylists about business and how to grow their businesses. But in September 19, when I went gray, or I stopped coloring my hair, I buzzed my hair off, what happened was I figured out that I wanted to ask more women, like, what was their gray hair journey like? You know, how did they feel when they went gray? So I decided to create a video and interview some other women who had done the same thing. And from that, what happened was that particular video now has 30,000 plus views, right? And so now I am kind of shifting my brand a little bit. Now, I still love the hairstylists. I still want to help them build their businesses. But, you know, this buzz with gray hair, and I'm so inspired to teach women just how to grow their hair, but how to grow their hair and how to embrace their journey with style. Because we're going to talk a little bit about that today with the skincare and the makeup, but embracing this journey with style, because I really truly believe it's not just about gray hair. It's also about how we feel when we wake up every day, how we show up in the world. And like, I'm not saying that this is our last hurrah, but you know, we're on the other side of the fence. We're over 50. So let's make this chapter of our lives amazing. So with that being said, let me just bring up this banner for this gentleman that's going to join us today, because I want you to connect with him as well, because he did a makeup consultation for me earlier this year, and it was so exciting. And I have the honor of this gentleman being my first cousin. So I'm going to bring him on the screen.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Let's see. Let's do this like this. Yeah, there you go. So this is my extra special cousin. Our fathers were dads. We didn't know each other as kids.
Brothers.
Did we say that? Did I say that right?
Our fathers were dads.
Okay, I didn't say that right? Our fathers were brothers.
They were our dads.
Yeah, exactly. They were our dads. Thank you for the correction. So this is Rudy Miles. And so Rudy Miles is in New York City, but he's by way of Chicago. He's a Chicago dude, all born and bred, right? So we didn't know each other as kids, but now we get the honor to actually connecting. And I'm telling you, when I connect with this guy, it's just full of laughs, it's full of energy, it's full of high vibration. And that's exactly what I want this group to be about. So I'm going to let Rudy just give you a little bit of background on him and how he got into. He has a very special story on how he actually got into makeup. So go ahead, Rudy.
Hello. Can you hear me okay? I'm using headphones, which I never use headphones.
I can hear you well.
Really? Okay. It's weird for me. I'm going to try like this. I don't know what I'm doing. So hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Rudy Miles. I am a makeup artist and esthetician, skincare specialist here in New York. I did start out in Chicago as a model, and that led me into the beauty industry by way of retail. So I feel like my specialty, even though I do fashion weeks, brides, photo shoots, product development, I feel like my specialty is still working with the everyday consumer, like really helping women understand, appreciate, select, apply makeup and skincare products, because that's the real world that I live in on a day-to-day. Though the other work is amazing and glamorous, it's not as frequent as what I do every day. So I moved to New York in 1995. I started doing retail at a company, Aveda. I'll just say the company name. And then in 2000, they asked me to be part of the education team, which meant teaching the Aveda products and makeup. And I left Aveda in 2010 as director of makeup. So I literally went from the retail floor to director of makeup. So it gave me a chance to really learn so many different sides of our industry with a really strong focus on client care and high-end customer service.
Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna jump right in. And I haven't spoken to you in a minute. So how is the culture and the vibe in New York City right now? I know that's a whole nother conversation, but I figured I'd just get it in the beginning.
New York is a hot mess. Like there is not a day I leave my apartment to go to the grocery store or do whatever that there is not an event. And the event could be a person with their pants down at their ankle with no underwear on. The event could be a person in the store refusing to wear a mask, arguing with the people, asking him to put on a mask. I mean, it's never a boring moment. So, and I come home thinking, why do I live here? It's such a random catch-22. Overall, the city is vibrant again. Overall, like more stores are open, more people are out, more business is happening. It looks like, which is a good thing in my neighborhood to see so much vibrancy after seeing so much lack of it last year. So that is an upside. But New York is all when you see the stories on the news. Just we say in New York is just another day in New York. Unfortunately, so let me tell you this real quick. A friend and I were talking yesterday, and I said to him, "Hey, did you hear about the shooting that happened the other day?" And he said, "Which one?" And I said, "You know what? Let's stop for a moment. That alone is a problem that we have to say which one because there are so many."
Right.
So that's New York.
So I didn't get many questions from the group members.
Okay.
But I came up with my own questions because I think that my questions will really help the members in the group. And so the first question I want to ask you is, how important is aging skin and skin care? I think that's a good question.
That is such a great question. You know why? Because I think of us as consumers and as professionals. So as a consumer, I can only imagine how overwhelmed most of our customers and clients are with what's in the marketplace, because the marketing of what skincare is and the promises that it makes and what it's supposed to do is overwhelming. The skincare market, like makeup, is so, I feel, overly saturated right now with information, not with products, but with information. So the truth is, some of us just got it like that. We always say black don't crack, but then we say, yeah, but it will fold, So some of us are born genetically with some predispositions to just great skin, that some things we don't have to worry about. But I always say the more you do, the more you get. So just because you have great skin doesn't mean you should do nothing you can take credit for the maintenance. Maybe you can't take credit for having great skin, but you could take credit for maintaining it. So as we age, some things just naturally happen to the skin. We lose collagen, which is that nice bouncy factor to our skin. We lose elasticity, which is the pullback of the skin, to restore it from smiling and resting. We lose hydration, sodium hyaluronate, which is a plumping agent to the skin. That's just a natural process. And this happens started after 20, in the 20s, it starts to deplete. So by the time we get to our age, that is just a natural scientific fact that our skin starts to be replenished. That's anatomically. Then you have environmentally. We are bombarded every day with pollution, grime, smoke. If you think of, there's something called particulate matter 2.5, which is literally, scientists have found now they can measure the amount of pollution on the surface of the skin as well as what penetrates the skin. And all of that does cause aging, fine lines, sometimes irritation. Think about these masks we're wearing now. They also, the strings can rub against your skin and cause irritation. It's a whole thing. So as we age, we should be conscious that our skin needs are different. And I feel like there's something everyone can do that they aren't doing to take better care of their skin. You may not need a whole 7-step system, but maybe you need a better cleanser, a better face oil, a better SPF. There's something you could do that you aren't doing to address any concerns that you have for your skin.
Okay, so I have to be transparent. I know that I have beautiful skin. I'm not being like facetious. I'm not being arrogant. Like I haven't had problems with acne since high school. And I think I take that for granted because sometimes, I'm so tired at night. I'm like, man, I don't feel like, because I don't wear a lot of makeup. Like right now, I only have on a little powder. I did my brows and I did my lips. I didn't put on any eyeliner.
Okay.
I did fill in my brows a little bit because, they're a little sparse. So how bad is that, with aging skin? And I know I'm going to get better because it's not every night, but it's often.
Yeah, listen.
I know it's somebody else out there that can say the same exact thing.
Lifestyle is real talk, like our day-to-day function. So here's the issue with going to bed with your day on your face. Mm-hmm. So you've been out in the environment, makeup and your oils attract a lot of dirt and debris. It just naturally do. Now, we just talked about this particle I talked about, particulate matter 2.5, which is a size of pollution that is measurable that can penetrate the top layers of the skin. So when we go to sleep with our day on our face, we go to sleep with our exposure on our face, and all that becomes also, we call it occlusive, which means like a block. It actually stops your skin from being able to renew and shed itself to release dead skin cells. Mm-hmm. So that becomes compacted, which starts to look like dullness. It may look like flakiness. It may look like dry patches. It may look like breakout. So the one thing I used to tell my clients, I was concerned about going to sleep with makeup on your face because of the clogging of pores. I'm more concerned now with environmental reasons, like what we're exposed to outside. Then you have your pillowcase. I don't know anyone that changes their pillowcases every night, every day. I don't. So then you have that day after day that you're sleeping on. The one thing I beg everyone to do is wash your face at least once a day, and that is at night. I don't wash my face every morning. I may take a micellar water or face oil or splash, but every night, if I've been out in this humidity too, sweat is good because it cleans the pores, but sweat is also dirty because it carries with it a lot of bacteria. So all that stays on your skin, compounded longer than it should, definitely, you may not break out, but it definitely could affect your luster of your skin, the quality of your skin.
Okay. So another question I have is, I'm a proponent of putting something on my skin every day, like moisturizer with SPF, because I love the sun. Like I am dark. Like you can look at my shoulder and tell that.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And I just love the sun.
Yeah,
like,
as we should.
How hot it is, I love the sun. But I protect my skin, my arms, my shoulders, my face from the sun.
Of course.
SPF. But even though I go out in the sun and I may not be going to an event, or I may just be going to sit out in the sun, but I feel like I need to put something on my face every day. I need to be wearing some lipstick. I need to be wearing some blush or a little bronzer on my forehead, my cheeks, like you taught me. But some women feel like, and also I love a neutral face with nothing on it, but it's still, I have to add something to my lips because I just don't like that dry look. And even if I have a bad hair day and I have a hat on, I got to put something on my lips. It's a chapstick or it's a clear, some type of glossy. And I know that the video that we did, makeup or not, should women wear makeup? I feel like women should wear makeup every day. And I think when people think about makeup every day, it's not putting the whole powder situation on. I'm not talking about the YouTube makeup. I'm talking about just a nice glowy look with you're filling your brows if they're thinner, or even if you don't fill in your brows, at least some gloss, just like bring some life to your face. That's just me. Like I said, even if I go with just my gloss and no blush and none of that. I have to have something on these lips because I
Yeah.
just feel like this is how I want to show up in the world. I don't
Yeah.
want to show up in the world looking like. And then we come with the situation with the gray hair, because the gray hair is already, you say that. Can you talk a little bit about the fact that the gray hair is our new neutral? And so now it's time for us, because this can just sallow us out so much, the gray hair. And so if we have the gray hair with no color on our cheeks, no color on our lips, just talk a little bit about that.
So 3 things that you brought up. Number one, as a man who does not wear makeup, I swear I got nothing on right now but a whole bunch of face oil. I'm careful about telling women what their attachment to makeup should be. So my encouragement, my hope is that you approach makeup as an accessory, like your ball cap, your expensive shoes, your purse, your earrings. It's an accessory. It can change every day, like maybe your accessories do. You wash it off at night, like we just said you really should do. And not let it be a clutch for you, like, oh my God, I need it. Society expects me to wear. I feel like women have a power that they can use makeup in that way differently than it being like expectation externally. That's one thing. The second thing is, what do you like? Like maybe you, as a lady, you just like your eyes. My eyes are beautiful. So maybe for you, mascara is your jam. Mascara, moisturizer, SPF, like whatever. Your skincare is your skincare. Your makeup is your makeup. Skincare doesn't change. We really should be wearing SPF, having your skin treated in the morning, cleansed at night. But during the day, what do you like about yourself? Maybe you haven't found that yet, but that's a question we can also explore. And then it becomes, I am a huge fan of multifunctional products. So let me tell you why. With gray hair, whether you know it or not, and you can ask any friend, you can ask any stranger, if you're out one day and you notice a stranger kind of look at you, gray hair draws attention. When I see a woman who has embraced her gray, I immediately be like, I love your hair. It just comes out before I can even know it, because it's something about especially when the health of the hair is there. It's not like yellow. It's a beautiful, like metallic silver and rich. Like, it drives me crazy. And don't let it be like natural and textured or like a fro.
Or some kind of funky haircut.
Oh my, any of that. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. All respect, I just have to say I love your hair, because I know what it takes to get there, to not color it, to embrace it. That's that. So with that in mind, if the face, so people are already looking at you, and then if the face is plain, you may have a beautiful face, and that is great. But imagine if it had like a pop of color, a pop of interest. So I'm a huge fan of multifunctional products. They're all over the marketplace right now. This is from a company called Elf. These are, I think, $4, $5. I don't even know. They're for your eye, your cheek, and your lip. So if you are someone who's not makeup savvy, find multifunctional products. Every brand makes them, okay? So this is $4. You can find them at NARS for $40. I don't know your purse, but I just said in my kit, I carry these because they make beautiful.
What is it called?
It's called a multi-function stick or multi-purpose stick. This is ELF. Where's the camera? Oh, there. It stands for, my camera's backwards. That's so weird. It stands for eyes, lip, face, ELF. So this one's like a peachy kind of neutral.
That's a really affordable brand.
And this one is like a mauve berry. This is really beautiful with grayer hair if it's mostly silver and gray, because it's a little bit like cooler. And again, anything that's multifunction, every brand makes some version of it. They're also great because they don't require technique. You can rub your finger on it, put some on your eye, put some on your cheek, put some on your lip, and go. And touch up as you want. But I am a proponent of finding what you like in the makeup world and finding versions of it that you can rock. If your thing is a lip, find lots of different versions of simple lip things, liquid lipstick, liquid mattes, glosses, sheers, whatever your jam is, and that becomes your focal point, and it's effortless and easy. What I want to discourage is feeling like you look at these kids, and I say it respectfully, on YouTube and Instagram, and be like, I'm gonna need 2 hours to do my makeup. That is just completely a whole nother world of makeup. If it speaks to you, go for it. If it doesn't, then don't.
Yeah, see, I'm not trying to follow that. Like that, no. I'm gonna look for that because Elf is very popular brand. It's very affordable brand.
The quality is insane for the price.
So the pigment is really good.
Insane.
Okay, so if you just bought a couple of those, you can just dress up your eyes, your lips, and your cheeks all in one pop, right?
And what I have found with my clients, when they start to learn the easy stuff, it's like, okay, what next? They want to learn like how to build on it because now that the confidence is
Yeah,
built and the simplicity is there. Makeup should be fun. It should be
yeah.
simple and fun.
And what I say is that I'm not like I don't want to push makeup on people, but I don't make myself up for the world. I make myself up for me because it just gives me a feeling of a glow, happy. Because when I see women and they just looking drab and just like, and I'm not like you said, we're not making ourselves up just to have that YouTube look. That's not the purpose. Because I'm gonna tell you, I spend 5 minutes to put on my makeup every day. And so using that a multi-purpose stick like that, it might even cut my time down in half, 2.5 minutes. I don't want to spend any time on my hair.
Of course.
Shampooing and then moisturizing it. I don't want to do all that. So that is great. Now, one question I did have is I have extremely oily skin and acne breakouts sometimes. I need some tips as well.
Okay, so I just had a call the other day about skincare, and I wish the person told me a little bit more because when you ask questions about your skin, I need to know a little bit more. Like, what are you currently using? What if you used that didn't work? And literally, what is your system? So with oily skin, everyone, this is just a fact. Your skin needs oil and it needs hydration or something like water. Those are the two things. So if you're someone who washes your face with oily skin, and then that's all you do, like that's your system, you wash your face and go, that only produces more oil. It tells your skin that it's out of balance, so it produces more oil to try to compensate. So if you have oily skin, at the bare minimum, you should be washing your face for sure and using either a water-based moisturizer or a toner that has slightly astringent qualities to it. That's one thing. Breakout. Breakout is something that can be controlled with treatment products like spot treatment. I am a huge fan of, again, I like everything all over the market. Garnier makes a product called Dark Spot Corrector. It is 20 bucks, I think, but it's also great as a moisturizer. It has salicylic acid, so it's going to address any discoloration, breakout, as well as moisturizer. Then another skincare company I work with, Intelligent Nutrients, I think this product's like $115, so clearly that's the other end of the spectrum. They make a product called the Fixer, and the Fixer is a glycolic acid because oily skin, fruit acids and things that can control the surface and clean the debris and almost eat the oil are so beneficial. So if you have oily skin with breakout, I definitely want to know, are you using any treatment products to address the discoloration, the breakout, the brightening? Vitamin C is great for that too. But also, is your skincare system currently? I want to stress again, your skincare can cost $2 or $200. And what's most important is that you are consistent. So without knowing what you currently use, and I can't really answer your question completely, but I do know you need to have something that is consistently used that addresses your main concerns.
Okay, well, I have a question since I know what I use, and it's basic. It's not $2 and it's not $200.
Okay.
And I use they have a Neutrogena has a spray on SPF. I love it. It's a light scent. It's kind of like an oil based product, but it makes my skin glow. So I use their cleanser and their moisturizer and their toner. What do you think about those products?
Yep. So here's the truth in skincare, everyone, and I can't stress this enough. Our industry, makeup and skincare, is going through a major upheaval right now with a concern about ingredients, sourcing, production, packaging, sustainability, recyclability, all these factors. So there are some websites. One's called EWG. I forget, it stands for environmental something, EWG.com or .org, whatever. What it does basically is tell you what ingredients are. Now, the only thing I'm going to say, be careful when you go there because they're also kind of alarmist, like everything is a health concern. That's not true. But I think we should start learning more about what's in our products. So some things we are talking about in the industry, like you don't need sodium lauryl sulfate, which is what makes products bubble. Anything that has a lauryl sulfate in it, we should start get away from, because we don't need chemical bubbles. Bubbles in some products do help with the cleanse, but in some products, it's just a visual aesthetic, because as consumers, we like bubbles, the shampoos and
So
things
those
to
are
think it's
mostly
working.
your detergents, right?
Detergents.
Yeah.
So you don't want detergent on your face. Like, there's no need for that. We already are checking out parabens and methylparabens, but I would just be concerned if you're using a product and it's working for you, it is great. If you are using a product that's not working for you, then you need to change products. Not working for you means you're using a cleanser, your skin doesn't feel cleansed. You're using a moisturizer, but you use too much of it, or you need extra of it to feel like you're hydrated. That means you need a richer moisturizer. So, like a lot of dermatologists recommend Cetaphil or Cetaphil. So if you go online and read Cetaphil ingredients, most of them, and this is just research, it's not Rudy saying, most of them are irritants. So we're like, well, why do dermatologists recommend this? Because for some people, it's gentle enough to be useful. For other people, you will react. And that's true for some people love lavender. Some people break out from lavender. Nothing is one size fits all. So find what it's going to take some trial and error. So when you're trying and error, you got to return some stuff. You're going to have to, sacrifice your skin, be as gentle as possible. And we're going to talk about like contacting me for recommendations too, or getting like skin consultations and all that. Because so much of this also is like an esthetician needs to see your skin. Like we use this huge magnifying lamp when you come for a service, where we look at your skin and we can really see like where the fine lines, what's the dehydration quality of your skin. But on a surface level, we can recommend skincare products for you. So Neutrogena, if it's working for you and you like the texture and the smell, it's fine.
So I have another question that the universe just popped into my head. So I love skin freshener. Like I use Max. Like after I finish my makeup, it just feels so good. And then throughout the day, I carry it with me, and I just miss my. What can we make at home, Rudy? Like with water, and what can we put in it to make our own skin freshener?
So 2 things you can definitely use to make your own skin freshener is distilled water with either rose petals or with cucumber. Cucumber has amazing anti-inflammatory qualities. You know how we talk about putting cucumbers under your eye? Mm-hmm. Well, there is a science. There's an acid in cucumbers that definitely helps with depuffing. It's kind of like caffeine. It's like a caffeine acid that helps with depuffing, blood flow, removing stagnation under the eye. And rose water, again, this goes back to if you're allergic to cucumber, this doesn't work for you because it's not true. If you're allergic to roses, this does not work for you. It's not true. But those 2 tend to be some of the ingredients we use that are most calming and desensitizing to the skin for most people. But distilled water or filtered water, cucumber, you could if you're using it as a ongoing spray, I would do like half a bottle and put it in, and I wouldn't leave it in more than a week, because cucumber is still, it still is fresh fruit, and the rose you may be able to use at least a week, or you can boil it, the distilled water with cucumber, distilled water with rose petals in it, boil it, let it cool, remove the botanicals, and use just the water. And use just the water.
So you have to get like one of those little, not a diffuser, but you know the little apparatuses where
like a tea steeper almost.
Yes, exactly.
Or you could boil it literally together in a pot, but you're gonna have to scoop out the botanicals. Like you could strain it even with a colander. You could strain it.
That's what I was trying to
you could strain it. You could strain it.
Okay. So
for sure.
Any questions, please post them in the chat. And you just mentioned something that you were gonna go over. I don't remember what that was.
Was it the range of products? Oh.
Yeah, so one question I have down here is, how do we not look old with gray hair? With summing up all the stuff that you just already said. Because I had a girl, I have to tell you, I was out and about. I had dropped my son off at basketball camp practice last week, and I was in the parking lot. And I got out of my car, and the girl was like, she kept staring at me, and she was like, can I ask you a question? I knew what the question was. I already knew. I didn't have my hat on. And she was like, do you mind asking how old are you? And I was like, what's my age? Because I like to say I'm 52 years young. I don't like to say I'm 52 years old. And she thought I was in my 30s. And I told her, no, I'm 52
Love it.
young. So I don't have a problem with my age, because to me, age is just a number, and it's just how you feel, because you can be 20 something. Like you said, the 20 somethings don't realize that the collagen is leaving their skin already, when they're in their 30s. But things are happening to women earlier in life. I have people that are going through menopause that I know that I'm not even going through full blown menopause yet, and I'm 52. So I did just get a question real quick, Rudy: how to find the correct foundation shade, how to determine if one has yellow or red undertones as often as, and going to various retail makeup counters, I get different answers, advice, and long questions. So Johnny, her skin tone is really chocolate. So her skin tone is real chocolate. She was in our very first video on stop coloring your hair. And
Okay.
I'll let you start answering. If you forget, then I'll just kind of reiterate, and I'm gonna see if I can bring up a picture of her on screen.
Awesome. So the question is like, how do you choose your foundation shade?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay, so I wish I could remember who it's a company right now who has this try and send back foundation shade matcher, which I think is great, because I think if you're not in the store, it's all relative when you're on the screen, because even your computer monitor may be a different color than the photography where they shot the product. But when you are in store, the number one thing you want to do is put a large swipe of the color on your face. Like, don't blend it, like literally just put a swipe. Go to natural light. In the store, it's always bad fluorescent lighting. So you want to be able to look at it in natural light. And in natural light, see, does it blend into your skin? Because under blue lighting, everything tends to look good enough. But when you look in sunlight, you can tell if it really melts invisibly into your skin. You should, when you choose your foundation, not be able to see that there's a color on your skin versus that your skin is more even. That's the real goal, is to make your skin look much more even. Unfortunately, at the counters, not all, there's amazing makeup artists at the counter. I started in retail, remember, who can help you choose the best shade, not based on mixing or not based on, the lighting that they're under, and also not based on their brand. Sometimes the best shade is not at their counter. They may say, you know what, go try NARS. That's real customer service, because sometimes they just want to sell. They won't say that to you, right?
Yeah.
Which is horrible. Who is this company? I am so upset with myself that I can't remember their company. They have all over social media where the girls are trying foundations, and finally but you could try and send back, which is the most important thing. The other part is your skin type, because if you have oilier skin, you might want a mattifying foundation, something that goes on as a liquid but dries down so you don't have to powder it, which makes the skin look a little more aged if you use too much powder. Age is a mindset. So back to your other question, age is a mindset for sure. The other part, if you have drier skin, you might want to choose a BB cream or CC cream, because those are more like skincare and foundation with glow. They help your skin look more like luminous and hydrated. If you have drier skin, you want the opposite, it to look more healthy.
Yeah, she says she is oily.
She is oily. So I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm making no money off any of these companies. I'm just talking about them because it's good stuff. And Jane Iredale makes a product called Beyond Matte. Beyond Matte is a really good shade range. It has linseed oil to control oiliness. It's a liquid foundation that goes on matte, but the skin looks like airbrush, like someone took a machine and painted your face. You can use a little bit for light coverage, or a little bit more if you want, like, I'm going out face. It is such a good formula. And there's another product called Catrice, Catrice HD foundation. I think it's $8. I'm not sure, but it is, again, another end of the spectrum. Fantastic formula. It comes in a little dropper. A little goes a long way. And once again, a beautiful, even skin that's mattifying. Remember in the 80s, matte was flat. We had like matte faces that were like ghosts. That's not what matte is today anyway. Most formulas have some glow quality to them that are going to look more hydrating. But those are two I would look at first, because of their shade range and because of the formulas, which are really good.
So, question about matte lipstick, because I don't like a high gloss on my lips. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I was putting this, like, I have this, I have to put it on. I think it's, what's some more on here? I think it's Ruby Woo.
Oh, Mac.
It's kind of like my red because I
Yeah.
don't really like red. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like that curtain
Yeah.
burgundy, or burgundy is my red. So when you're wearing matte lipstick, should you just put it directly on your lips, or should you put something on it on top of it?
So everyone, listen. Lips are skin, and that's why I'm a huge proponent of skincare for your face, skincare for your scalp. Hair care is great, shampoo, conditioner, but we need scalp care. Like I'm all scalp, so I'm a huge proponent of treating the skin head to toe. So with lips are skin. So I highly recommend a lip balm first, a lip treatment first, and then your lipstick. Because I don't care how hydrating companies say their lipsticks are meant to deliver color. Like they do have moisture, they have SPF, they have antioxidants, vitamin E, they do have all that, but you wear a lipstick because you want the color. So the pigment load takes up most of the quality space, most of the workspace. So pre-treat your lips first with a lip balm. That way your matte may look less dry. Your also, let's be honest, just like matte foundations, matte lipsticks today are a lot more hydrating. They're not like the 80s either that were like chalk on your lips.
Yeah, right.
They are better quality. They are better quality.
Yeah. Let's see if we have any more questions. Let's see if we finished her other questions. What do you recommend about going to various retail makeup counters? She gets different answers / advice, and that's what I noticed. Like, I kind of have been going to MAC for years and years and years, and so I kind of stick with the shades that I normally use.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to open myself up to some more companies, like the young Black girl who has her company. She's from Detroit, the Lip Bar. Yeah, she's from Detroit.
Yeah.
She was actually on. She was on, what's the show that they have the business people come on and they sponsor their products? If they,
Shark Tank? No.
Yeah, Shark Tank. She was on Shark Tank. And but some of the other companies like Rihanna's Fenty,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes I have to choose my own colors because sometimes I don't think they choose the right colors.
Yeah.
What do you recommend when it comes to that?
So everyone, I mean, like I said before, skincare and makeup right now are inundated with information, but I think the product offering has a quite a range because some companies are doing the work. They're having quality ingredients, high quality product and coverage. Some companies are great marketing. They know how to talk about their product and get the kids interested and get us to buy it. So it's and sometimes it's both a great quality product and great marketing. So as you're exploring lip products, if you're going in stores, the number one thing I'm looking for when I'm going out now is hygiene. Like now more than ever, if you're trying to, I still see ladies put on lipsticks directly on their lips. It blows my mind. So I don't know what Sephora, Ulta salons are doing for like testing product. When I was at Sephora at the early part of opening, they weren't allowing you to try products at all. Like you couldn't put it on your hand or anything. I don't know if that's changed or not, at least here in New York. But you have to try a product to be able to know if you like it or not. So I'm looking for innovative testing and tester systems. There's a place here in New York. They have a lip bar that all the testers come in little cases, so it's never touched by anyone else. It's one dose per little case.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then finding I go more for formula. Like if you like mattes, I would look at liquid mattes, hydrating mattes. Like I would look at all the matte categories because they are different. Like a stick matte is going to feel different than a matte in a wand. And then color levels. Like if you like berries, look at light berries, medium berries, deep berries. If you're creative, you like to mix up your own colors. Maybe you want to mix your berry with a lip balm to make it your own color, because that could be something else that you could do by creating your own color. But as an accessory, again, like you have different shoes, I highly recommend you have different lipsticks. Like you play with a different range of colors within your comfort zone and outside of your comfort zone, because you might be surprised at what I think every woman looks good in a red if she finds the right red.
Right, exactly. That's like
I do. I do. I really do.
Women. I think women look amazing with red in their clothes and their makeup. But I just
no. I agree. I agree.
I like the more wine the more
Yeah.
it has more blue in the red.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it makes it a little
Absolutely.
deeper, a
Which
little.
makes sense with gray hair because it's a little bit cooler. So you want the blue to kind of harmonize. But that's not to say if you have gray hair, but you still like orange, the contrast is
I love
also
it. Yeah,
very fashionable.
yeah,
It's also very fashionable.
yeah. So can you give us a few tips like you shared on a video as far as gray hair being our neutral and like what colors kind of, because I even find like clothes, I find like in some clothes I kind of stay away from colors because it kind of washes me out with the gray hair. And so can you talk a little bit about that as far as makeup is concerned and gray hair and choosing like for instance, for me, if I choose a more neutral eye, then I'm gonna go with a popper lip. And I think this is for anybody that has color in the hair. To like if I have bright purple shadows, then I'm not gonna wear bright purple lips. Now
Correct.
I saw a girl earlier today with yellow shoes and yellow hair, so that's neither here or there. But if you're trying to do this the right way, so that you and I don't even want to say the right way, just a way that's subtle that you can still look gorgeous and still feel good about like how you're putting your colors together and still look, stylish, your type of stylish, because everybody's stylish is different.
God, yes. So here I got this. This is another company I like. It's called One Click Beauty.
Okay, you're gonna have to write all these down. Give me a list so I can post them in the group.
One Click Beauty. The reason I like this company, they put everything in a kit for you. So everything you need for your eye is in one kit: the liner, mascara, and the eyeshadow.
Wow.
And the reason I like this is because maybe instead of wearing black eyeliner, you can wear like a plum eyeliner, right? Something more violet. So it gives you the same darkness, but it adds color to your makeup look. That's one thing. When you asked me earlier about age, what makes you look old? Don't forget, your look is head to toe. So your clothing, your shoes, your personality. Yeah. So sometimes you may look dowdy. You may be a vibrant person that looks dowdy because your clothing isn't modern and current. So I think that's really important too. It goes back also to taste and preference. Like when I see a girl with a smooth, smoky eye and a red lip, kind of like the Robert Palmer look from the 80s, that's her personality. Like she could pull off a dark eye with a red lip. For some women, all they like is like natural. But pump up your natural, like bronzer on your eye, bronzer on your cheek, and a beautiful like copper lip or something like that. So being able to understand, it goes back to what I said in the beginning. What do you like? And then within that category, what can you do that's realistic for you to push it? But we do say typically focus on one thing, right? Mm-hmm. Eye or lip. Like these are great because they're for the eyes, cheek, and lip. But you also can think of like, you can focus on nothing, meaning all monochromatic. You can focus on just the eye. You can focus on just the lip, or you can focus on the eye and lip. It's what do you feel comfortable in, and where are you going? Like maybe for an event, you want to really pump it up, but maybe you're the person for an event. You don't. Maybe after work, you go to work natural, and going to something after work, you put on a red lip because that's easy to do. Walk into your car. There's no technique, but it changes your look immediately. So I do think, finding your comfort zone and finding your groove in the makeup world, especially if you've never worn it, you're not comfortable. But doing like with gray hair, you're gonna need some focus because it can look. There was a period in which girls were getting their hair dyed gray as part of the trend. Mm-hmm. It was like a huge fashion trend to have this silver hair, but then they were rocking makeup with it because it was kind of like the juxtaposition. But for those of us who have gray hair by nature, by no choice, it becomes like, how do I move into this new visual of myself when I'm used to seeing myself with dark hair or with a contrasting feature to my skin tone?
Yeah, that's true. One question I have is about lip liner. How important is lip liner? I have a girlfriend. I've been knowing her for 20 years. And even 2 years ago, she is still doing this. She puts this dark, now I know how to use lip liner. I don't always use it. I don't have it on today. But she puts this dark lip liner all the way around her mouth, lips rather. And then she fills it in with a lip color. whatever she chooses, pink, whatever. But she doesn't blend it in. It's just like you can see the line, and I tell her all the time. Even I visited her and her husband. I'm like, girl, you are still wearing this dark liner, and I'm saying for 20 years. That's just what you wear it. And I'm just like, no, like that's like if anything is wrong about makeup, that's wrong.
Wow, that was definitely an era. Like
Yeah,
I
that's her
definitely
thing. That's what she chooses to do.
I remember that very vividly from the 80s.
Yeah.
Very vividly. Um, yeah, that's what gets hard because that's preference, right? That's someone who's not interested in what fashion is, the modern look is.
Yeah.
But I asked a lady one time, why do you wear your makeup the same way for 30 years? And she told me it's when she was the happiest in her life. So sometimes people go to the makeup that they wear because that's when they either felt good about themselves or doing great in their career or married, whatever the case. So currently with lip liner is great. It keeps your lipstick in place. It helps to give your lipstick more vibrancy, like more pop of color. And it also is a great barrier so that it doesn't travel, which is kind of like keeping it in place. So, but right now we are matching our lipstick to our lip liner. We're not doing so much like the black lip liner with the pink lip gloss in the middle. We are matching them tone on tone. We are.
So it is 3:46. We've been going for 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm trying to find a foundation company. Keep talking. I'm going to find a foundation company.
He says, can he talk about how, let's see who that, oh, that's my husband. I invited him into the group so he could like really his energy and vibration. So he said, can he talk about how makeup artists are adjusting with being hands-on in this climate of high touch?
Whew. Let me tell. So some of us, like I airbrush, I do regular makeup as well. So for a little while, we were talking about airbrushing because with airbrush, you don't have to touch the face. Like it's a machine that sprays the makeup out and you could do the eye and everything without touching. Some of us were wearing gloves because, you know, lifting the eye, you have to blend and all of that. So currently what I'm doing is I typically use a sponge anyway when I lift the eye, like something not to touch the face, or a powder puff when I have to do the eye to rest the powder puff on the skin. I no longer wear the face shield, but I'm also, at least this is New York, we're also asking before jobs, what are the COVID protocols? Meaning, are you requiring everyone to be vaccinated? Are you requiring masks 6 feet? So I've done a few different jobs. One where we were 6 feet apart. Me and the model were in one room. When I came to set, we stood 6 feet apart from everyone else. They were not playing. I did another job where masks were optional. This was like 2 months ago, before where we are now, where masks were optional if you were vaccinated. So that was that. Today, what I would do going to work, I would wear a mask regardless of if people are vaccinated or not, and try to be 6 feet away from folks whenever possible. If I don't need to be on set, then I ain't going over there. But in New York, it's a little all over the place. But I have noticed that people are asking for COVID protocols and using the comfort, and this is no judgment, using the comfort of being vaccinated as a reason to give people options to wear a mask.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is something that I use in the salon now. You can see it. It's called Skin Tech. I have to send you a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Text me your address. I'll send you a bottle. So what this does is an antiseptic foam. It's not hand sanitizer.
Correct.
It's an antiseptic foam that helps to protect the hands for up to 4 hours. So even if you go and wash your hands, you still protected. So even if you don't have on gloves, it's a story that one of our team members in our other business, she actually went to the airport to get her global entry. And she had this on her hands, and the guy could not detect her fingerprint.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then another girl, she was doing bleach on a model. And you know how you're not a hairstylist, but I know you know bleach.
Yeah, it's your fingertips.
It stains and stings and burns your hands. Well, she had that on one hand and not on the other. And she was able to put the product on without irritating her skin.
Wow, I
But yeah,
love it.
it's being used for a lot of other reasons too. It moisturizes the skin. It feels kind of sticky when you put it on, but after, because I have some on my hands now, afterwards, it just like really moisturizes. The hands feel really soft.
I love
But it's
it.
also great for like mosquito bites. I had this sunburn. I had a top on when I was working on this set one day, and it was digging into my skin, and it was real hot that day. And when I took it off, it made a mark on, and I just put that on, and it just kind of cleared up. So
Crazy.
I'll send you
Oh,
a
for sure. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So what I want you to do now, because we're closing in on 4 o'clock, I had an amazing consultation with my cousin Rudy. I want you to tell people how they can get in touch with you, and I'll make sure I post it in the group after we're done. How they can get in touch with you for a consultation. His consultations are amazing. They're funny. They're vibrant, and I learned so much during that consultation.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let us know how we can get in touch with you for a consultation. He has everything all lined up professional. You just go on the link, you book your consultation, and it's real simple. It's not hard. My 5-year-old can and just tell us do you have different consultations? Is it one on skincare, one on makeup? Do you include them both?
Absolutely.
Tell us how it works.
Yeah, so you can find me at beautybyrudy.com, and on IG, Facebook, I'm also Beauty by Rudy. That's my editorial working name. And the consultations are built around customization. So it's whatever you need. Like I've done everything from going through ladies' makeup bags to see what's in their bag and how they can use it differently, to skincare, to what's missing from your makeup bag, where to get it, and what shade to get. Like it's that customized for you. It's a minimum of 30 minutes. I forget the price. I think it's like $30 or something. Like it's not expensive. And it came out of COVID. I realized a lot of women were sitting at home, maybe not working, but I don't like to spend other people's money. But I thought if someone could afford $30 to spend 30 minutes at home away from the TV doing something for themselves, let me just post it and see. And during COVID, I did quite a few of them, which were awesome, just out of that mindset of being able to offer something to my customer. I called it virtual touch because I couldn't be with you, but we could at least on screen meet. So again, beautybyrudy.com, or you'll see a tab that says bookings, and IG Beauty by Rudy. And then like if you request a date, and then it'll ask me if the date is acceptable. Like we'll figure all that part out, but it's really easy, like Sharon said.
Yeah, it's very simple. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I want to say thank you to my cousin. I love you with all my heart. We're going to meet one day, either here or in Chicago.
Isn't that crazy? I know.
Zendaya, my brother Eric's daughter, was just in New York. I should have told her to hook up with you.
Really?
She's about to go away to the UK, to Bristol.
I saw that. Is that his daughter?
Yeah, that's Zendaya.
Because she had like a fundraiser or something. Like she's doing. Yeah. Like she's a musician.
Yeah, she's actually theater. She's
theater.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's her. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think she's gone. I think she was here in Chicago. They went to Lollapalooza. And then she went to New York.
That is amazing.
Yeah, but it's so funny because we all kind of like favor each other.
And artistic in some way.
Exactly. Yes, definitely. Because Tan's daughters too, they act, they model, they do.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I will post all of your information when I get off this live. I will post all of your information, and we're gonna have you back.
Yes. Yes.
We have like a particular topic that we want to dive into.
Absolutely.
Guys, please, if you have any further questions, you can connect with Rudy. You can schedule a consultation. I mean, $30 for a consultation in 2021 is unheard of. So it's not about him getting rich off consultations
at all.
Consultations. It's all about just sharing how people can be better. And that's why I started this community, from my inspiration from that 30,000 view plus video, just to help inspire, encourage, and motivate women to go great with style. We had a lady earlier in the group earlier this week. She posted, I thought this was about, and it's no pun intended if she's watching this, she said, I thought this was about, because I think I was promoting my Go Great Be Chic brand, the hats, the attire, the apparel. And she said, I thought this was about hair, not clothes. And I simply said that clothes, I mean, from head to toe is what this group is about. It's not just us posting about hair. It's about how we can live a healthy lifestyle, what we put in our bodies, what we put on the outside of our bodies, because gray hair is not just about the color of your hair being gray. It's about how we're moving forward in life and how we're going to take this next chapter and explode it and create more blessings in our lives, create more just whatever we want to do in our latest stages, like starting a YouTube channel at 50. Like you could have told me at 30 that I would start a YouTube channel, because I'm an introvert. I hate the camera. I don't like being in front of the screen, but I have to live this life. This is my only chance I get. This is my only go around. So if I don't do it now, when? So if we don't do anything that we want to do now, when are we going to do it? And regardless of age, regardless of having, 100,000 subscribers, it's all about how we can inspire others, how we can serve. And I've been serving in the beauty industry for years, but now I want to take it to another level. And so you're doing the same by offering those consultations at affordable price for women who really need the help. So make sure you contact my cousin Rudy, Beauty by Rudy on Facebook, on Instagram. And also I will post a link to his, so that you don't have to go all over looking for it. I'll post a link right in the Facebook group. And Rudy, if you can create just a small list either today or tomorrow, whenever you have time, of some of the items that you talked about.
Absolutely.
I was able to post some in the chat, but I wasn't able to get to all of them.
Oh, absolutely.
You can put them in there, and I'll kind of put the links by them, so I can.
Oh, absolutely.
Inside the group, because this will be inside the group for the people that missed it.
Oh, good.
Missed it, but they'll be able to watch it, the recording of it.
Oh,
so,
very cool.
Thank you. I'm going to
thank you.
Back to the family at home, and I just want to say thank you. I love you always.
I love you back.
I could talk to you every day, but I know.
Yes, likewise. Everyone stay amazing.
Right. So, guys, until next time, everybody have an amazing Sunday. Peace. Love you.